Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. And on the screen today, you're finally going to be watching some Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay. If you didn't know, this game did release, it would have been today, October 26, 2018. And these are going to be my first impressions just from playing the game for about 2.5, maybe 3 hours. I'm like 8% on the story, between 8 and 10% on the story. I've done a couple missions. And then I was doing missions on stream yesterday. If you do want to come out, which is always linked in the description, and we are live every night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Anyway, let's just get right into it. The level of detail is amazing in this game. Let's not forget that we're talking about Rockstar here. We're not talking about Ubisoft. We're not talking about EA. We're not talking about Activision. We're not talking about any of these guys. We're talking about Rockstar Games, the people that take their games super seriously. And they take the level of detail super seriously, and they overall, they just put out good games. But the way the snow moves when you step through it, if you play the first mission, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Another one, there was a scene where you fight this guy, and there's a bunch of mud, and if he throws you down, and the mud gets on you, the mud actually stays on you, and then it dries on your skin and shit. And it stays on you until you go and take a shower. So the level of detail is crazy. You see the leaves blowing in the trees, and the grass moves, and the horses are eating the grass, and it's crazy. The level of detail is amazing. The shooting to me was a little debatable, but I feel like it's just a little, for me, I feel like it's just a little too clunky. Just because I haven't played GTA or even a Red Dead game in a long time. You see me play GTA, but when I go to get GTA gameplay, I just drive around, go refill my snacks, get some ammo and, stuff like that. I don't really do any shooting. Obviously, there's a lot of similar elements to GTA because they're made by the same people. You can buy new clothes, you can upgrade your guns, you can take a shower, you can get a room for the night, you can go to a show. You could go to a saloon, which is like a bar, to get a drink. There's a general store where you can buy coffee and stuff like that. You could do bounty hunting. So there are plenty of things to do besides the main story. Rockstar hasn't skimped out on the amount of activities, and I'm presuming that there are more things to do. I just haven't discovered them yet because, like I said, I'm only 8% on the game. There's an abundance of animals, chicken. I've seen rabbit, I've seen horse, I've seen deer, birds, so there's an abundance of animals. There was actually this one mission where you had to go and shoot the deer with the arrow, and then you have to bring it back, and then you actually have to skin the deer. So it's actually pretty fucked how, they make you do that and stuff like that. So the level of detail, like I said, just going back to that, I'm always going to go back to the level of detail because it's crazy. There's a food system where you get hungry and you have to eat, and if you get low on health or low on stamina, you can eat food to regain that health and regain that stamina. There was even this little scene where my character, he got hot, but I didn't take off his jacket because I didn't really know how. But it just said your character is now hot, you have to watch what you're wearing, stuff like that. So, again, level of detail. Your horse has stamina, so he can't sprint forever. You do have to let him, catch his breath and let him rest for a little bit. You can bond with your horse. So you could call him from a further distance. Basically how it is if you're a little far from him, you can do a whistle, and then he'll come to you, so you don't have to walk to him. And I'm presuming that he either teleports to you or he walks over really quick or something like that. But then I haven't been in any of those situations where I've had to call him over. I've always just been near him. So there's that. And then I'm assuming that there are other things that you can do when you bond with him enough, but I haven't bonded with him enough to see the other perks yet. You could sleep if you want to pass some time, and you could choose the amount of time that you want to sleep for. So I think you could sleep for 7 hours, you could sleep for 10 hours or 13 or something like that. So you could do that to pass the time if you want it to be nighttime or if you want it to be daytime or whatever the case may be. There's an honor and outlaw system. It's blanking from my mind right now, but it's basically like karma, if you want to call it that. So I was going to this mission, and this guy's horse, he had like the two horses in the front. He had like a little wagon, and I guess one of the horses got like rowdy or something like that, and one of the horses actually ran away. He caught the other one, and then I went and got the other horse for him, the one that he didn't get, and I got good karma for it. But I'm assuming that if you go and you rob a store, or you kill somebody, or you do something like that, you'll get bad karma. As of right now, I don't know the effects of good and bad karma because I am so early into the game, but I'm assuming it'll be more prevalent the further you are into the game. And I'm assuming if you do enough good things, people will start recognizing you. If you do enough bad things, people will start recognizing you. So there's also that. There are little events, if you want to call it that, where you could choose to kill people, or you could let people go, and that'll probably play into the good and bad karma system. I haven't killed anybody yet in any of those sequence or any of those events. I've either helped them up like off the cliff, or I haven't shot them, or anything like that. When it comes to the map looks like a big map. It looks like they made it like GTA, where it's a little grayed out, or it's not visible when you open the map until you actually go to those locations, and then it'll clear up when you actually go there. But if you open up the map and you zoom out, like there is a little, like not a little, sorry, like you could zoom out a pretty far, like a pretty fair bit, and it does look like a big map. But the landscape just looks sick. Like everything just looks sick. Because I'm assuming that they started making this on PS4, because like the thing with GTA is that it was made for old generation consoles, right? And then it got ported over to the current generation, right? Because GTA 4 came out in 2008, and I'm assuming that right after GTA 4 came out, they immediately said, okay, you know what, we're gonna start working on GTA 5. They probably started the script and all that kind of stuff, and then probably 2010 is probably when they actually started making the game, and then obviously it got delayed and whatever, right? So that game was made for the previous generation consoles, right? And then it got ported over to PS4 and Xbox One and PC, right? But this game looks like it was made for next gen or current gen, whatever you want to call it, PS4 and Xbox. I'm assuming it didn't come out on PC. I don't think it came out on PC, or probably not yet. Probably come out like next year. I think that was what they did with GTA or something like that. But yeah, so like it just looks sick, because I'm assuming it was made, or they started making it on PS4. So they put all of their time, all of their resources, and all of their energy into making the one for next gen consoles. When it comes to online, really and truly, online is what I'm waiting for, because I want to see what they're going to do with it. Because like I said before, this is the first game Rockstar is making for the next gen consoles, and they said online is going to be starting as a beta in November. I will link my Red Dead Online video in the little card right on the screen if you want to go watch that. I feel like there's probably going to be heists and stuff, just like GTA. You could probably get new horses or upgrade your horses. You could probably get new guns and upgrade your guns. There might be houses, I don't know, maybe you will see. Probably gonna be able to buy new clothes, just like in story mode. So it's probably just gonna be all the stuff from the story, but it's like a little scaled up a little bit. But oh yeah, there also is a first person. It's it's whatever. I'm not really a first person like Red Dead or first person GTA kind of player. I do drive a lot in GTA on first person, but it's whatever. I've mostly been playing the game in third person, just because I want to like take in the landscape and all the detail and stuff like that, because this really is as of right now, it's an amazing looking game. But like I said before, let's not forget about who we're talking about here. We are talking about Rockstar Games, and these guys take their game super seriously. Just like with GTA, it got delayed, and I was like, all right, you know what, like I wanted to play the game, but I'd rather the game be polished and it delayed than it release and have a bunch of glitches, all that kind of shit. But yeah, the online is going to be coming out in November, like they said, and they were fully transparent with it. They said like there's going to be glitches and stuff like that. So I'm glad that they're going to be working it out as the game goes on, and improving the game as its life cycle goes on. But overall, first impressions, I would say the game is good, but You know, I'm just waiting for the online portion, because like, you know, after playing the story, I'm not much of a story person. I'm more of an online person. I feel like there's more longevity in a game when you're able to play it online. But yeah, you know, if you are a story person, you know, by all means, you know, this game's sick. I think it's a prequel to Red Dead 1. I think it's a little bit before. And yeah, so, you know, overall right now, like, I would give it a solid 8 to 9 out of 10. Just because, you know, I haven't experienced the game yet, like everything that there is to do. I'm sure, you know, there's been a whole bunch of guys, or a whole bunch of reviewers, IGN, you know, GameSpot, all these guys saying 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, you know, 5 stars, all that kind of shit. And you know, I'm not saying that they're wrong. It's just right now for me, it's like between an 8 and 9 out of 10. And then I'm assuming, you know, the online is just going to make it a 10 for me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, I do apologize for the long video. We are coming up on 11 minutes. But yeah, I'm going to end it off there. If you haven't picked up this game, I highly recommend it. I'm not going to say I don't recommend it. I highly recommend it. I haven't experienced any game-breaking glitches or anything like that. Because once again, you know, we're talking about Rockstar here. They care a lot about their games. But yeah, I'm going to end it off there. Thank you everybody for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. We are going to be live on Twitch every night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. If you want to come onto the stream, it'll be very much appreciated. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next one.